This video we are talking about geometry, which is the study of properties of shapes. So we are looking at parallel lines in this particular video and then their transversals. So let's first of all start with parallel lines. We see that parallel lines are lines, straight lines that can never meet. That is what we say, because they are not angled. They will continue this way forever. So they have equal distances between them at every point in time. So these are parallel lines. They can never meet. Even if we continue to draw them, they can't, the distance between them can't reduce or increase, and they can never meet at any point. So those are parallel lines. Then talking about their transversals. A transversal is a line that cuts across parallel lines. So let's have this straight line coming this way. So this is a transversal. Let's also have this. So this is a transversal. A transversal is a line that cuts across parallel lines. Okay, so having known this, let's talk about alternate angles. Now, we have this angle and this angle are what we call alternate angles. Why? Because they are in the alternate sides of this transversal. As this transversal has cut through these parallel lines, we have all these angles formed all around it. So this angle is alternate to this angle. So this is what we call alternate angles. We can say that A and B are alternate angles, and alternate angles are equal. So we have that angle A is equal to angle B, and we say that alternate angles are equal. So same thing with this, we could have this angle and this angle, and as well as this angle and this angle. We can say they are alternate angles. If we say this is angle X and this is angle Y, we say that angle X is equal to angle Y because they are alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. So apart from A and B, we could also have these other angles here. Let's say that this is another angle and this is another angle. They are also equal because they are on the alternate sides of this transversal. Same thing with this. This angle will be equal to this angle. They are alternate angles. Now let's quickly look at corresponding angles. Now we've drawn more parallel lines. Okay, let's show what we mean by corresponding angles. We have that this angle and this angle are corresponding angles. What do we mean by that? We mean that they are corresponding in the sense that they are on the same side of the transversal. Now we have all these parallel lines. No matter where it faces, it doesn't matter. And we denote parallel lines by arrows on it. It could be one arrow, two double arrows, and the rest of it. So we have that this angle, let's call this angle U and angle V. Angle U and angle V are equal because they are corresponding angles. We can see that this transversal cuts across these parallel lines. They are both, like angle U and angle V, are both on the left side on the left side at the top of the transversal. So they are corresponding. They are on the same side correspondingly, like on the transversal lines. So corresponding angles are also these angles we can see on the top side on the left, including these other angles. This angle is corresponding to this angle. They are on the top side on the right side. This angle is corresponding to this angle. Let me say this is 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, no, numbers, that's confusing. So let's just use letters to show them. So we can as well say that this angle, let's say this is X, and this angle Y are corresponding angles. We can see they are on the same side of the transversal below. So same things with this. So let's look at some examples to actually help us to grasp these alternate and corresponding angles better. Here we have this diagram. We've been asked to find angle A, B, C, D, E, and F, and we've just been given just this angle, angle 70 degrees. This is the only angle we've been given, angle 70, and we've been asked to find all these angles. At first, when you look at it, you might think it's impossible, but knowing what we know now, we could actually solve this correctly. So, if we are to solve this alphabetically, let's start with A. We have that. Did you see this 70? Did you see angle A? You can see they are on a straight line. So angle 70 and angle A are on a straight line. We say that A plus 70 degrees is equal to 180. And our reason is angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line. Beautiful. That's just so easy, right? So we have that angle A is equal to 180 minus 70, which is equal to 110 degrees. Angle A is equal to 110 degrees. Now let's look for angle B. We are now combining all we know so far. So to solve for angle B, we can see that angle B is vertically opposite to 70 degrees. So we are going to say that angle B is equal to 70 degrees, and our reason is going to be vertically opposite angles. Remember, you can solve this anyhow, any way you see it. So 70. So let's look at angle C. We can say that angle C is equal to, we could use a straight line this way, or we could use vertically opposite angles. So the angle C is equal to angle A, and angle A is equal to 110 degrees. So angle C is finally equal to 110 degrees, and our reason is still the same reason. So vertically opposite angles. Now we are done with ABC. Let's look at E, D, E, F, G. Okay, now angle D. Let's go into corresponding and alternate angles. Looking at angle D, we could see is corresponding to angle A, because these are parallel lines, this is their transversal. As angle D is on top of this parallel line by the left side, that is also how angle A is on top of this other parallel line at the right side on the same transversal. Is that okay? So that is corresponding angles. Remember, we just said let's solve alphabetically. You could solve anyhow, but just organize our work. Let's solve alphabetically. So we have that angle D is equal to angle A, which is equal to 110. And the reason this time is no longer vertically opposite angle is a different reason for relating angle D to angle A. So we have that angle D is equal to angle A because they are corresponding angles. Now, writing reasons is as important as solving and getting the right answers. Corresponding angles. Now we are done with D. Let's look at angle E. We can see angle E is alternate. We could as well use corresponding because angle E is corresponding to angle B. But let's just use alternate angles. Angle E is equal to 70 degrees because they are alternate angles. You can as well use corresponding. You still see it's equal to 70 because angle B is equal to 70 degrees. So whichever way you use, you should always give your reasons for taking whichever route you take. So we say that angle E is equal to 70 degrees because they are alternate angles. Alternate angles. Beautiful. We're almost done. Now, we have angle G and angle F. So let's just quickly use what's it called again? Vertically opposite angles to finish up G and F. Okay, so we have EF, so F. Angle F is equal to D, angle D, vertically opposite angles. And D is equal to 110, right? Yeah, we have it here that D is equal to 110. So we say vertically opposite angles. Remember, however you solve it, provided the answers are correct and your reason is correct, it is right. You mustn't have same reason for, like everybody mustn't have same reason. Now, remaining angle G, we have that angle G is equal to angle E. We can see that angle G is equal to angle E because they are vertically opposite angles. So angle G is equal to angle E and angle E is equal to 70. So G is finally equal to 70 degrees and the reason is vertically opposite angles. Now you can see that no matter how complex a question is, how impossible it looked at first, you can see that it is solvable knowing all these theorems.